2, 1, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here goes another episode of the P-Pal of Culture. I'm accompanied today by, who are you, kind feller?
Superior Swerve.
Wow, I like it. I like it.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Swervana. Super Swerve. Hello, sir.
Superior Swerve.
What's going on, Commissioner? We got 2 white perps in there. Ah, God, whites.
It's like an episode of Dear White People. Like an intro. They be doing shit like that. And who are you, kind sir?
Ooh, the master of mischief.
Okay.
The instigator of escalators.
Okay. I like that.
Bully! Bip bip cheerio. And I am Komodo. Welcome back to another episode of People of Culture.
We're going to talk like that. Good evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, mate. We're going to take you down under
Welcome to our kingdom.
to the Peach Bowl of Cousins.
You mere mortals should feel grateful that we have allowed you into our presence.
That's a great backstory how Super Swerve got his powers.
I gave up the life of pork chops. I can't even do it. We got some more topics on the board. What we gonna hit him with, man?
He hit it like his family feud.
Interracial dating.
Hit it. What is it? What's the topic? Interracial. Ding.
Interracial.
So let's just kick it off, and I'll ask you men a question.
You better state your answer first.
Can you be pro-black while dating outside of your race?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna say no.
Technically, no.
I'm gonna
But
say
also
no.
technically yes, because that's not really defined.
That's true as well.
Because, so by definition, no.
And that's what
But
we're gonna
because
define
it's technically
right the fuck
not
now.
really defined, really, technically, yes, you can.
No, you cannot. We're gonna define this shit right here and right the fuck now.
People culture defines.
Yes,
Being
we
pro-black.
are defining.
Haha, y'all thought it was about interracial dating. Nah, we about being pro-black.
Well, all of that, but
Can eating the devil's fruit make you keep you pro-black?
of course it can. But no, man, pro-black by definition is you're just crazy about blackness, black in every aspect you can help. Black.
What if you got a black woman
love.
and a white girl?
You're a pimp.
I don't think that's no. I can't say that. No,
That sounds pimpish to me.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like your love for the black woman is genuine if you got a white woman on the side. So
What if you got 3 black women and 1 white woman? What if it's now outnumbered? It's a
nah. Cause what are you doing with that many women? Honestly,
Pimping.
Pimp-
building
if you are
building an
pimping-
army.
You are pimping black women. You are not pro-black.
It's not pimping. He said pimping. I'm not saying pimping.
No, I'm saying if you are pimping black women, you're not.
If
pro-black.
you have 2 black women that you are dating in love with, and also a white woman that you are dating in love with, can you still be pro-black?
So you mean polygamy?
Polyamory.
There's probably only like 3 niggas in the world in that situation. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to say no.
Welcome to the 4. Nah, I'm playing. I'm about to be like, welcome to number 4.
Thank you for acknowledging me, player.
I'll now take the board. But could you be pro-black?
No.
Let me ask you this question.
With that?
Let me ask you this question.
I don't think so. A real pro-black nigga's not even looking at white women.
Let me ask you this question. Is Superman pro-Earth or pro-Krypton?
That's not.
I say he's pro-Earth, but where are you going with this?
He is 100% pro-Krypton.
How is he pro-Krypton? He fights for Earth.
Okay, why is he pro-Krypton? First of all, Krypton ain't a thing no more.
Why the fuck are we even? Wait, where are we
No.
going with this?
I know where Joe going because he does this. So, a lot of people going to Superman lore. He has the salvage bits of Krypton that's shrunken, and he tries to figure out how to make Krypton big again and give it back its planet.
That's what he's doing?
Yes.
That's his mission in life?
That's one of the missions that he has. So he does protect Earth because that was his adopted family, is Earthlings. Mm-hmm. But he still, when he found this thing, he still has it to protect the Kryptonians. And whenever he meets a Kryptonian, he welcomes them like family and shows them around because he has a cousin, Supergirl, who's Kryptonian, and he helps them. Okay. And she does not take that away. So he is very pro-Krypton. Cool. He has not lost his roots.
Okay, that's what's up.
But he still helps out a lot of Earthlings.
Okay, let's bring it back to...
He smashes the Earthling.
Okay, so where we going with this?
It's the same thing. Just
no, the fuck it's not.
It's a different category. It's the same thing.
No. You're defining being pro as one general term, but being pro-black actually has different levels to it. And that's what you need to know.
It's not different levels because we make it different levels.
What are you talking about? How does Superman helping his people out while fighting for Earth?
Because he dates a white woman. Oh, my man, he dates an Earthling.
This nigga, okay, let's do this. Let's do this. He dates an Earthling because he was raised on Earth. He don't have no Kryptonian women to choose from. So
right
now, so we'll say this. I'll say this: if you are dating outside of your race, it depends on the reason why you dating outside of your race. Because I know some niggas who love their people to death. I know people who love their people to death. You know what I'm saying? And they just so happen to fall in love with somebody who wasn't black. That's cool. That's one thing I can get that because a lot of
are they pro-black?
You're not.
You just said there's some reasons on why.
I'm gonna say this. Can I finish? You know what I'm saying? No, you're not. At that point, you are no longer pro-black. You might have been pro-black your whole motherfucking life, but I think once you get with a woman that's not black, I'm sorry, you can still be racially conscious.
You just said it depends on your reason. Now you backtracked away from saying your reason.
I mean, you never let me finish. I'm saying my thing is this: I can at least respect a nigga who is dating outside of his race. Simply because that's like, it kind of just happened like that, as opposed to a nigga who dates outside of his race and is like, I don't fuck with black women.
Now that's a whole different argument.
Like,
I hate them.
So
those are the worst. Those are the worst kind of niggas.
I would say honestly.
Did you date a Hispanic?
I'm gonna be real. I want to be real. I really want to say you can date outside your race and be pro-black. I want to say that.
Look at the definition.
I want to say that, but I feel like once, hypothetically, if my word was held as the standard and I was like, and that's just what it was, it would open a door for so much bullshit and so many motherfuckers who aren't pro-black. You know what I'm saying?
So can you date somebody not black and be pro-black, as in not white or not black?
I think this.
Hispanic, Asian.
I would say, yeah, I gotta say, honestly, I think
a person of culture. I mean, a person of color. My bad.
It's a real sticky situation. Because you got situations like that one man who paid off the whole college like debt for all of the graduating class of Morehouse College. That was some pro-black ass shit. That was pro-black as fuck. But at the same time, that nigga his wife is a fucking snow woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, like, she's white. I'm sorry. but so it's like, you can't say that was, for me to say, nigga, you not pro-black, I would look like a fucking jackass.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's, you can't, because like, it'd be like, because if you even saw him and say you're not pro-black, he'd
like,
be like,
what
have you done? He's calling you out.
Exactly.
And then you would look like
exactly a jackass. Well, I can't really say that.
I think it's not. Well, once again, like we were talking about previously, it's not about the term. It's always about the execution and the intent of what you're doing. Because you can say that all day. Oh, I'm pro-black this. I'm pro-black that. It's like, okay, you said it.
Yeah.
Are you going out and supporting black businesses while you're saying you're pro-black? Are you trying to promote your black friends? Like, what are you doing?
That's some real nigga shit.
Because, like, here's the thing. It's like, okay, I dated a Caucasian woman for about 5 years,
I
right?
never did, no.
I did that for about 5 years. And the funny part about it is that's actually the one and only white woman I've ever actually dated. And I think I have a connotation to date white women. But it's like, I only dated one. It just happened to be that long. But at the end of the day, it's like, no, I have nothing against black women.
Right.
And the thing is, like,
Joe pro-black, yes or no?
I'm pretty.
No. I didn't ask you.
I bet you
Swervana. Swervana, is Joe black? Yes or no?
Honestly.
Oh, slide that girl. Slide him.
No. I was going to say, okay, I'm glad you asked me that because that makes it real right here.
I had to ask you before me.
Okay, look.
He's trying to work his way down the line.
Honestly,
I'm going to ask about him next.
Honestly, look, it's like this. I really can't say because I don't have any motherfucking record of Joe doing quote unquote pro-black shit. Nor do I have any record of him not, being against it. You know what I'm saying?
This is where I try.
But same with me though. Niggas can't say I'm pro-black because like I talk that shit, but I haven't put no niggas through college. You know what I'm saying?
So my father
I can't put niggas through college.
My father,
I ain't got it like that.
My father, for a lot of people in Chicago and just in general, if you knew him, was the standard of what a pro-blackness was. If you know anything about my father, he was almost the standard of what a pro-black person should be. He looked to talk, he talked to talk, he did the walk, everything. Married to a white woman at the end of the day.
I don't know, man. I mean, that's kind of weird.
But he did everything he did so much for the black community in Chicago. He did so much for the black community in general. And he looked it like he literally only wore black and gold. He wore African dashiki. He preached it. He talked it.
But he married a white woman though.
Now I'll say this:
he married a white woman.
There is a lot of exploit out there.
He's still conscious. He's still racially conscious, and he's probably legit stand up brother.
But because obviously because of me, he dated a black woman before, but then they got a divorce, and then later he ended up married to a white woman.
Honestly, I think you can be racially conscious and racially aware. You can be all about your people and have love for your people. His daughter
is half white,
and that's fine. But to be pro fucking black, just pro black, you have to be just black in every aspect of your life.
So if I get in contact with the dude,
not even looking
so I get in contact with the dude that paid off all that debt, you gonna tell him that? Same energy.
Look,
say it with your chest.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't have this conversation because like we wouldn't. But if we was 1-on-1, I would just be like, I would ask that nigga. I would just ask the nigga. I wouldn't want to be disrespectful to a nigga who did that much for the community. I wouldn't come at him like that. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't be like, nigga, you not pro-black, nigga. Da, 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 da. I mean, but I'll be like, bro, why? Why is you with this white woman? I mean, and of course, I feel like that's how I feel. It. I feel like you not really pro-black in the full sense of the word unless your woman is black. Like I
can explain it.
Maybe somewhat pro-black.
What if his other wife was black?
I can explain it.
Why is your new wife not black?
I can explain it.
Go ahead.
At least in my case, I don't know about his case.
Excuse me.
My case.
Pause again. Y'all don't see this.
Okay, so in my case, I have a perception. Like I said, I only dated one fucking white woman. But my perception is that I only like white women, which I don't.
Yeah,
but the thing is,
suckers.
No, the thing
y'all
is,
niggas is bitch ass niggas, and if you black and you don't date black women, out of like
you cut me off.
My bad.
You cut me off.
I dated a black.
The thing is, and I'm gonna say this on wax. What I have learned. Oh, we're definitely on wax, digital wax. What I've learned over time is it's all about confidence and privilege.
What do you mean?
Depending on who you are and how people approach you. So I've been wondering this like probably the past like year. I was like, why does so many like white women get bold with me? White women, and you've seen it. You yourself have seen it. White women will get bold with me. I will not, honestly, in my head, I'm not trying to shoot a shot. I'm not trying to throw anything out there. Honestly, most of my posts on Facebook and social media, I'm just being funny. I'm just throwing out jokes, just bullshitting. I'm not trying to look for anything. But white women hit that door the fastest. They say, yo, what's up? They jump they jump in my inbox.
I don't get that. White women know nothing.
They jump in my shit. They jump in my shit like crazy.
No, there's a couple white women on Twitter.
But listen. There are a bunch of other races out there that I've looked at and I'm like, okay, I find you really attractive. But I'm like, you know what? I'm pretty sure you think that I probably don't like you. And there's a few people where I realized they were attracted to me. I'm not gonna call any names. But I figured out they were attracted to me, and this whole time I've been attracted to them, and I was like, oh shit, you like me? Well shit, what's up? This whole time I didn't know, because like my perception at this point is since only white women are bold enough to jump in my inbox, I assume that everybody else dislikes me. And on the other end, when I talk to them, and I talk to, you know her name. You know her name.
Pretty sure.
We talked about her a second ago in my other kid in my kitchen. She told me, because I threw this same scenario at her. I was like, yo, this happened to me the other day. And I was like, I don't understand why they so bold in my inbox. And she said, it's because of privilege. It's because they just think, oh, well, you like this, you doing this, you doing that. So I just jump in your inbox and it's what's up. It's whatever. While other races will look at you and be like, oh, well, this person's doing this, this, and this. They ain't gonna look at me. And it's a thing where both people have it in their head. I'm not even gonna shoot for that person. Because the same person, like I said, I was attracted to, she was black. I was like, she probably ain't gonna fuck with somebody like me.
So many inboxes. I've been in so many inboxes.
I don't jump in inboxes
it's
a lot.
so difficult for me. I'm so bad at talking.
It's crazy.
I don't jump in. It's weird.
Black
I
women
don't have
hop in my
confidence for
inbox
that.
all the time. And I don't know, braggadocious shit, not all the time, but often enough, black women slide in my inbox.
I get deleted and
On some
blocked
real
by
nigga
black
shit.
women, and I don't know what.
I never hear from white women. And that's cool. That's fine. You know what I'm
when they
saying?
meet me in person.
I look at a fair amount of black women, a fair amount of Latino women, a fair amount of Asian women.
I would date
and
a
I look
Latina
at them
woman.
and I'm like,
I would date a Latina woman.
Remember
I
that
was like, they
Asian
probably won't
woman?
fuck with me.
There was this Asian woman that was just like, yeah, you and Joe just like those big white girls.
I mean,
And she said, I was like, nah, bro, I've dated a black chick before.
No, in my head,
I'll date whatever. Like, I'll date, like, if the vibes is right.
So
If you cool.
I'll say this on wax also. I told. Ooh, this is real choppy waters. I told my girlfriend at that time, who was not black. I remember this so vividly. We were in a Walmart. I don't know what the conversation was. I just looked at her and I was like, look, if this don't work out, you might be one of the last white women I date. Like,
why the fuck would you
would
tell
be.
her?
I don't know what the conversation. I was just like, look, well, like the thing is, like I said, it's not typical for me to do that. Like, it's just the fact that we lasted that long. We lasted so long that it just looked like I just do that forever. But like, we just had a very long-lasting relationship. Like, but overall, that actually ain't
every nigga
what
I
do.
know who dated white women in their early 20s always comes back to black men. Black women, I'm sorry.
We need
Whoa,
to look
buddy.
up what's the actual definition of being pro-black. We need to look up the actual definition.
Okay,
And, like,
look, I'm gonna say this. I thought about it for a second while I was over here
Oof, no.
digesting this ashwagandha.
yeah, that's fine.
Wiktionary?
That one. Oh, whoa, no, go all the way.
Look, this
Say all
nigga who
these
donated
definitions is
$20
sketch.
million,
Let's go by urban first.
I would have
I'm
to say he is not pro-black.
Oh, wow.
He's not, unfortunately. He's
No.
not.
No.
I would say he is for his people. He loves black people, and he wants to see the betterment of black people like a lot of us do. But to be pro-fucking-black, you have to be black in all motherfucking
Boom!
ways.
It does say it. Jabrin's right.
Told you.
It does say it.
We're going off of Urban Dictionary.
All right, find another place. You don't want to go on Urban Dictionary. All right, Urban
But no,
Dictionary.
here's the
Pro-black
thing.
by its very definition. You gotta be all the way in, man. It is what it is.
Here's the thing, though. I will say I think it's up to interpretation. I think my mindset for pro-black is understanding that whatever you do, if you are trying to be pro-black, you are not necessarily trying to be black in all aspects of your life, but you are trying to improve as many other black lives as you possibly
I fuck with
can.
that. I fuck with that 100%. And you got to keep in mind it's always bigger than you. And with that being
Yes.
said,
It's always big.
you got to think about the people who are coming behind you. You know what I'm saying? Which
Yes.
is going to be your children. Now, again, I think niggas can definitely be about their people and be about the betterment of black people while dating outside their race. I do. But to be pro-black, just the definition of just that term, pro-black, you gotta have a black woman.
So looking at that,
This was very short, sweet, to the point.
Supporting or favoring
black people.
That's cool. I fuck with that.
That's more or less my
if
definition.
I was raised,
Another one was your
if I was
definition.
raised to be pro-black, you only date black women, I would probably only have dated black women. But I wasn't raised
like that, though.
I wasn't raised like that. So
That's what
since
I
I
like.
wasn't, but like having my father that like fed the poor and cared about black people, and did all these other things, you know, I looked at being pro-black was just supporting black people. It had nothing to do with dating.
I fuck with this. Like, I fuck
No, that's
with-
right. But like, no, that makes sense. Like
My
that
dentist is-
definition, what
my-
you're saying makes sense. But I wasn't raised like that, and I had a father that was so pro-black. I was like, oh, I guess it's okay. But now knowing that, being pro-black, you know, dating your race. If I was known that as a kid, I would have never dated. You know,
What? Well, my parents never.
I probably
shit
would
with
have.
me.
If I was told to be pro-black, you don't date outside your race, I would have never dated outside my race. Because I had a father that fed the poor, that was there and helped so much of the black community, and known as that black figure to help the black community. But he was just from this, like, whatever, like that old school time, because he was really old, and was from a pimp era and like white women and black women, all these other Hispanic women, all these other women. He wasn't like raised to like, dating was not a part of it. So in his definition, being pro-black and caring for black people was just being supportive, right? You don't put other black people down or anything else. You just support them and you try and work with them, and you uplift, right? But then I was seeing that there's this other definition that I never knew about till I was grown a few years ago. Yeah. And now I'm in this position where I'm in a relationship with a white woman and, like, I don't claim, but at this point, I don't claim any. I don't claim them for the culture. I don't claim I support any type of thing because most places don't, or groups, communities don't support me. No, they support me. They don't claim me like, oh, you shouldn't claim that. So I was like, whatever, I'll just do what I want. And I still want to be helpful. I still want to help anybody I can and be supportive. And then so it's like, oh, I'm probably not pro-black because now I understand the definition. But I didn't know. Gotcha. And I'm not about to break up with the woman I love because I found out that definition.
That would be stupid as fuck. That would be stupid as shit. Because at the end of the day,
it's just
the pro-black shit, it's a very, like you said, there's not even no definition to it. And at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? Because it's like, pro-blackness is quote unquote like, almost like claiming Republican or Democrat. It really, it's just a fucking name. And
but like I said, it was a whole different area. Like, I didn't know that definition. Nobody ever said that definition.
Right.
But to be fair, it was never, like you said, never been defined. And I don't know, with me, I never was raised in a pro-black house. I never was. I've always been this way since I was like 12, 13 years old. I've always been about black people and shit. But that's because I grew up in a multicultural, I'm from, if niggas know, I'm from Missouri City. I grew up in a multicultural area. You know what I'm saying? So
shout
like,
that shit out.
You had niggas, you had Arabs, you had Africans, you had fucking Asians, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and what I guess triggered the pro-blackness, quote unquote, because I first heard it from my dad. He called me pro-black. I've never claimed to be pro-black. My parents used to get on me about it. It was 12. I was like 11 or 12. Little Arab boy, we was playing, and he said something like, "Yeah, you don't act black." And I was like, huh? What the fuck does that even mean? And then ever since then, I was like, what the fuck is being black? You know what I'm saying? And I was misguided. So I was like, you know what? Fuck these niggas then. I'm gonna be black as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Everything black people do, I'm about it, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was very misguided, and I just went out of my way to be like, just a fucking nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like a stereotype I didn't know. And if I had the guidance to say, son, look, be proud of your blackness. 'Cause I was just proud to be black. And I thought expressing my pride and my blackness was about being everything that I thought black people were, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I was just doing a bunch of incorrect ass shit, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? But if I'd have had the proper guidance, I'd have been like, look, just move in this direction. You ain't gotta be a nigga. You can be a black man, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But nah, I was never raised for the on the pro-black shit. It was just something I kind of got into.
That's real. Like, I never, like, I was like the whole opposite because, like, I talked more proper.
Right.
And, like, people made comments and stuff, and it was just like, you still pro-black. And that was, like, heavily, like, to be raised to be, like, to be against these things and being explained, race and stuff at, like, an early age, and me not grasp the concept until I was a teenager, like, oh, this is what they were teaching.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It only lasted for maybe a year, but I was racist.
Black people can't be racist.
Yeah, we can't be racist. So.
There's a definition. No, black people can't be racist.
I can stand
What
on
the
the
definition was
say, fuck
when I was
people.
about like I had to get
Not be
corrected.
racist, but I would feel that way.
like my family had to correct me. I think I was around 3, and I ain't even gonna say it on camera. It was fucked up. I said some fucked up shit when I was 3 years old, and my family like looked at me and it was just like, oh.
I really want to know what you said.
I was saying it off
Just
camera. It
type
was
it or
bad. It was bad. No, I'm gonna say it off camera, but like I was legit like racist at the age of 3, and then like they was like, oh shit, we got to correct this real quick. And they flipped me, but they didn't flip me to necessarily be anything other than like agnostic. So I'd say my point of view, the way I see it, I look at everybody as
what have we done?
I know, right?
I looked at everybody as a human, and I say that like I look past as far as like just caring about people.
Color.
I know.
Right? Not even past color, past all that shit. At the end of the day, I look at people like, look, you are a human being. You feel, you You feel happy, you feel sad, you feel great, you hurt just like I fucking do. You bleed. You know what I mean? Like, you are a fucking human at the base level, and I need to respect that.
That's right.
Whatever I wouldn't want to go through for myself, I would not want to put you through that also. However, as a black man, I understand life's more complex than that. It's more complex than just being, oh, we're all humans. We all under the same sun. I get that also. And I understand, unfortunately, for black people, you would like to live in that reality where we're all just, under the same sun and we're all living, together, but that's not the fucking case. And I even say that for women too. It's not the case. We're not all living under the same sun. There are people out there that put these hierarchies on you, and unfortunately, you have to play that game.
That's true.
So it's like I look at everybody on the same level. We're all people living under the sun, but I know in the back of my head, I got to play the game. Unfortunately.
That's real. Before we end, let me explain. Can we just say black people can't be racist? Let's just break that down real quick. So a lot of people believe black people can't be racist for the fact of oppression. It's based off oppression in America mainly that black people can't be racist. That's why the term reverse racism is a thing. Reverse racism is a thing is when a black person is being overtly hatred or hated or not hated is hateful, spewing a lot of hate toward being very hateful to like white people or that nature, right? Minorities technically can't be racist, but they can be reverse racist, as in being oppressed type of people and being hateful towards the person that's typically the oppressor, the white people. I suppose. That's why. That's what the term is. That's the actual term. Right. I the racism because it's based off of
the basis of
it's based off of the race superiority belief, which is the white person in there. So a lot of people throw the term races out, but they don't actually understand what race is. There's only really technically 3 master races and technically 5 races altogether. And what we think of race, we think of actually as ethnicities.
Yeah, that's true.
And just to break that down really quick, because that's a big miscommunication on that term and what we use it for and what we think it's meant for.
Yes. So the basis of racism is superiority.
And a lot of the terms are not based off skin color. It's on a social level. Go back.
Yeah, I was going to say,
on a social level.
I was going to backdoor what you were saying. The basis of racism is the fact that, like, if you were in first place, you have the burden of possibly being racist. They calling the shots. But if you are in last place, or if you basically aren't in first place, it's more difficult once you get behind that scale to be considered racist. Because at this point, it's like you're almost the victim of a fucked system, and it's hard to claim racism. So, for example, it's like
reason to be hateful.
I'm never gonna put Native. I'm not even gonna put African Americans into. I'm putting Native Americans. For example, when Native Americans are like, "Fuck it, nigga, we got to get a compound. We got to get together." It's not racist that they're like, "Oh, we're only gonna let Native Americans in." It's more or less survival at that point. You know what I mean? It's survival. It's like, look, we have to make sure we don't die out. We don't become extinct.
The only reason why black people want to have their own and everything.
Exactly. That's why.
Because you're already looked at as different, so why not have your own to be built up so you can finally integrate better?
And bringing that up, here's a fun fact, because apparently this is getting misled in translation. I've been seeing this a lot over the past couple of years. People are like, why is it that you get BET? Why do you get your own network? Why do you get Black Entertainment Television? Well, the reason why BET exists is because before that, black people were blackballed from MTV and other awards shows. So
you already had TMNT. That was a white television show.
Yeah.
Now, even though Nas X finally openly gay black person won an award, and had black people, but it was already.
And that's 2019.
Every channel was white entertainment television
this year. Yeah. But MTV wouldn't let Michael Jackson on. They were like, he's too urban. But now we call him the King of Pop. We know him as the King of Pop. Back then, they was like, he's too niggerish.
The crazy thing is the same company that owns MTV and all them shit own BET too.
Deadass. Now, yeah.
They were just like, let's just get
BET started as a 30-minute segment on Nickelodeon though, didn't it?
Hey, but look, I'll say this. We may not have the power to put black people through college, man. But I'll say this. You know what I'm saying?
That's how we gonna finish.
If you can do it,
let your fist up.
Shot black. You know what I'm saying? My dentist is black. My therapist is black. My doctor is black.
My president is still black. What?
Real shit.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? Well, what I was saying is some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, man. Just shop black, buy black. If you can, live in the black neighborhood.
Sorry,
quit moving out the hood, man.
Wakanda!